All right, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to Bali Unplugged podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by BaliPropertyFinanced.com, where we reduce the barriers to entry so you can own your own first property business in Bali safely and securely. Don't forget to stick around to the end of the podcast because our guest may or may not have a little gift for you. How's it going, everybody? My name is Chris, and welcome to Bali Unplugged, your local guide to understanding the Bali business landscape from tourism, property, experience, and everything else you need to know about coming to Indonesia. And today we've got, oh my God, I forgot your name, bro.
It's okay.
So,
Pablo, yeah.
So tell us a bit about you, where you're from, and what brought you to Indonesia, Pablo.
Okay, Chris. Well, thank you for having me. I'm from Ecuador, Quito, Ecuador, exactly, in South America. 13 hours difference from South America, from my country. So it's quite of a journey to come here. Actually, 3 days of a journey to come. So Bali has been always like in one of my top destinations to travel. What I can get this financial freedom that I'm looking for. That I was looking for always. And in South America and in the States that I also lived, there's also this idea of coming to Bali as a digital nomad or as an entrepreneur.
Is it really? It's a really big idea over there in in Latin America to come
Yeah,
to
it is. Yeah,
Bali?
yeah. Actually, coming to Bali, to Thailand, to this like kind of part of the
Asian country.
world, because it's totally the other side. It's like different
Something
cultures, different. Literally, when you're the morning in Ecuador, here's at night. So that difference is like the yin yang that we're looking for, and yeah. So it's quite an experience actually coming here and knowing so many people. That was my goal, to come here as a digital nomad, to expand my business, but basically to meet people around the world, and keep doing this digital. Well, I'm digital marketing also, so keep evolving that and keep growing my network. That was the
Nice,
idea.
nice. So what do
Yeah.
you do back at home? You obviously mentioned digital marketing.
Yeah.
What do you do exactly? Is it full stack?
Yeah, no, we do have. We started with a company like the typical 360 agency that does everything that it can. We started 10 years ago, but now we developed just two parts of the marketing itself. That is paid ads, basically leads,
Paid ads, lead
and
generation.
yeah, lead generation, and design. We do a lot of design. We actually have more experience in design, website design, branding. So yeah, mostly that.
Yeah, brilliant. Nice. So you've got experience in these two fields. Paid ads, lead generation, design. Definitely something we should talk more about.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about you and your childhood growing up, and how did that affect your experience in terms of like the kind of success that you've had. Take us back there, because what I'm going to do is lead us down a path that it sort of explains how you came
Okay.
coming to Bali.
Sure. Yeah. I think it's actually is a good thing to talk about, because when I was a kid and when I was a teenager, my family always supported me in every decision that I made, and I was playing soccer since I remember, like 4 years, since I was 4 years old, and I actually skipped high school, for going to play soccer, going to play
Yeah.
football. So I had always this freedom of doing whatever I want with the things that I'm good at. So they supported me all the way through, and also that's one of the reasons that I begin to travel, because I began to travel when I was 8 years old to competitions in other countries. Yeah, of course with my dad,
Yeah.
not
Oh,
by
nice.
myself, and with the
Yeah.
entire team. But I also had this experience of knowing other cultures, other teams,
Mm.
We went to Chile, Argentina, Brazil, like a lot of the
Wow.
places to play soccer, and it was amazing. It was I think I lived the best
Childhood.
teenager life and childhood, yeah. And well, as I told you, like my parents were very supportive, always going to every game. So I think that created um,
Mm.
one person in me, or like a personality of doing, if I'm good at something, just try to scale up
Yeah.
all the way, and try to think outside the box and try to think outside my country, because at the end Ecuador is like a freaking box, you know. It's like a, you have a ceiling
Yeah.
of a lot of things. You have
Wow.
a lot of bad things. Of course, there's a lot of great things, and to go in as a tourist is
Yeah.
amazing,
Mm.
but living there is totally different thing. And mostly like for financial freedom of that stuff is very difficult. For entrepreneurs it's very difficult, but I think I managed to do it. And I've been doing also like a lot of little um, beginning a lot of companies in Ecuador. I sold one of the companies, a couple of companies, I fucked it up others.
Mm.
And yeah, I've been doing all this until I did the agency 10 years ago. And I've been maintaining this. And yeah, I'm trying to look. I'm looking forward to start new things and to start new ventures. And
Yeah.
now with this real estate also thing online and everything, is just pretty cool.
Yeah, nice, nice. So what attracted you to Bali? Obviously, it is an idea of like going to a completely new part of the world. What is it that sort of hooked you, and what sort of made you decide, yeah, this is a place I want to be?
Well, mainly YouTube. You have to, I think,
Mm.
Indonesian guys, Indonesian people have to thank YouTube, because it's the only way to know how is the country. You know, it's like a lot of
Yeah.
videos of a lot of people um, traveling here, telling you what to do, what not to do, the pros and cons, how is to live in a digital nomad kind of style.
Mm.
Of course, I looked it up, more countries, not only Bali, to do the digital nomad a few months journey. There's a couple, but none of them has the community that
Mm.
Bali has. I think the community is
Oh,
everything.
yeah, that is it. That seems to be a common theme. Is
Yeah.
reason why people want to come here is the community, the people, the lifestyle. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
totally. The lifestyle you have, the community that it is, like every almost every, I mean, every day you have different things to do. You know, it's like it's difficult to actually concentrate in your job if you are
Mm.
constantly social.
Yeah.
I'm very social, so I go to a lot of social events, and I
Mm.
like to meet people. So I think Bali is the place to do that. I've been also in other countries that supposedly be digital nomad hubs,
Mm.
but they are not as like, they don't have anything to do with the valley. You know, it's like not
Yeah.
comparison.
It's not like Thailand is sort of trying to be the same scale, but Bali is just like the next level.
Dude, I went to Thailand for a month and try to every day to look for events, co-working things.
Yeah.
I don't know, even freaking open houses of whatever I tried to go, but
Yeah.
none of them had like nothing. Like there was nothing
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Even in Phuket, that it was like active.
Yeah.
Maybe parties, of course, you can look for parties. There's everywhere, but digital nomad kind of things, entrepreneurial kind of things, it's difficult to find, and that's why I love Bali.
Yeah. Nice. 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 So, all right. So you're here in Bali now, and you sort of locked in. Where do you see yourself? Now obviously, you're here and you're exploring the place. Do you really see yourself moving here for a long term, or is it,
Well, I've actually think of Bali is, as I told you, like perfect for community, perfect for you do your network, but of course, it has their buts as any other country. And for me, is that I love the city. I
Mm.
love the city. I was born and raised in the city, so I
Mm.
love to live in the beach,
Mm.
like for a couple of months. But then I need the city. I need
Yeah.
this more entrepreneurial kind of drive.
Yep.
You have that drive here, but it's like a little bit more chill, you know.
Yep.
And my goal is to actually go to Dubai and to scale
Nice.
up and live in Dubai. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of people that say that
Yep.
living in Dubai is not the best thing, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. I want to accomplish that, and I want to live it for myself and see,
Yeah.
experience it.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's see how it
Mhm.
goes there.
Nice, nice, nice. So, are you single? Are you married? You know, or do you have a girlfriend? Is this a passport bros trip or?
Yeah,
How's
no,
it?
it's I'm single,
Yep.
totally single.
There we go, ladies. Pablo's single. Hit him up. Slide into his DMs.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, the thing is, having a relationship with Bali is not impossible. I'm not gonna say impossible, but it's very
Yep.
difficult. And
Mm,
if like distance relationship from Ecuador is impossible, I would say
mm,
that is impossible. And for the time difference, and but yeah, like here in Bali, you meet so many people that
mm.
I don't know. It's just for me, I'm focused in myself and growing myself and being better. So I'm not focusing in girls. Well,
Yeah. Getting
they
distracted.
are they are the distraction at the end. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Uh,
So
yeah. So tell us a bit about because the last time we spoke, we talked about you doing broking in terms of real estate. Tell us a bit more about your findings here in terms of you doing some research in Bali.
yeah. So yeah, the last time that we met, now I do also like investment broker.
Mm,
That means like I've worked with a lot of investors like in a lot of places in the world,
mm,
and they always ask me like because they know that I'm into this entrepreneurial kind of thing, so they
mm,
ask me like if I have any company that is on sale, if they can invest in some company like is interested in something. And also like I begin to like I like to connect people, so if one people need investment, I connect with them, or if any company needs software engineer or whatever, and I know a guy that is that, I will
mm.
connect them, and that's it. Mostly I
Nice.
did it. I did it just for fun or for
Yep.
networking and for being a nice person. But after I began to receive like any commission for doing that or something
Mm.
like that, it was much interesting. So
That's good. You
uh,
figured out how to mechanize your networking ability.
yeah, exactly. So so I think it's like we talk about it. We have this thing in common, that we connect people, and we connect people
Mm.
that need something with the actual thing that they need.
I need. Yeah.
So yeah. So as I told you before, I'm very social, so I like to be always talking to people and knowing their needs and everything.
Mm.
And if I know any other that has this, so that's how it at the beginning it began. Everything about like uh, some people ask me like, do you know how it is to invest in Bali? I didn't know at the beginning. I didn't know how it was. I got all, of course, to go into some of events to ask around how is to invest in here, how is the housing and freehold, leasehold, etc.
Yep.
So I begin to just have information, and I connect the dots. So there's people that has money that want to invest here in Valley, and I put them to the agencies that had
Have the right properties.
their own thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Nice,
Mhm.
beautiful. I like.
Yeah, yeah.
I really like what you're doing here. All right, Pablo. I guess here's a good question, right? Tell us, tell us one of your favorite childhood memories.
Well, I am full of good childhood memories. As I told you, lives a pretty good childhood.
Yeah.
But of course, I think the best childhood memory would be going to the World Cup in Germany with all my family. I have two sisters and my parents.
Mm,
We went all to support Ecuador, and we won. I mean,
mm.
some of the games, and we qualified against England.
Oh,
But those two games that we won,
Mm.
I think those were incredible games with my entire family. Even though my sisters and my mom they don't care about football, but it was amazing to be there and to cheer Ecuador with them, to sing the national anthem.
Yep.
I mean, it was incredible. I think that is one of the things that I mostly remember of my childhood. And
You
yeah,
are really a big soccer fan, aren't you?
I am a very soccer fan. I have a tattoo and everything of soccer. Soccer was dude. I played football
Well,
17 years of my life.
you know, there's a soccer team here in Bali. I was just speaking to one of my mates here who said there's like a big sort of soccer thing going on here. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if it's
yeah,
the scale that you're used to, but yeah, have you dug into that here?
yeah. I
Bali
always
now?
play every Sunday. I play with Bali. Well, they're called. I don't know exactly what they're called. The
Indoor or
guys, but
outdoor?
it's outdoor, but it's 8 versus 8.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. The guys there play really good. Most of
Mm,
them are Russians. They
mm.
play there, but
Oh, Russians love their soccer, yeah.
yeah, but they're very good at it. I mean, I thought it was gonna be like not
Mm,
that good, but it's
mm,
really good. Like the competition there is really cool.
mm,
They told me to go to they have their special expat team,
mm,
but I haven't been able to go to some practices. So
mm.
yeah, but yeah, I want to just go to more games or just to participate more. But we play every Sunday.
Nice, nice,
Yeah,
beautiful. So
you
in
play
terms
soccer?
of, no, I don't play
No.
soccer. I'm more of a martial arts guy. So I
Oh,
do
okay,
Muay
okay.
Thai, Kali Silat, and which is like a Filipino slash Indonesian martial art,
Which
and I
one?
do boxing. Kali Silat.
Oh shit, never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a mix of Filipino martial arts, mix of Indonesian. So the Silat is like Pencak Silat. Then you have Kali. It's like
Like the
many
MMA?
names. Yeah, a little bit like MMA. So do you know Bruce Lee, right?
Yeah.
So Bruce Lee, one of his mentors and students, his name was Guru Dan Inosanto. He's Filipino, and he taught Bruce Lee basically Kali or Arnis or Eskrima, as it's called. So it's a Spanish heritage.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but yeah, that's why I do it because it really sort of helps me ground my roots. And then once I started learning boxing and Muay Thai, it sort of really upped my game in terms of
Yeah.
martial arts. Have you ever done any martial arts?
Yeah, I mean, not martial arts, but boxing. I did boxing like 2 years,
Yeah.
but it was before pandemic, so I might have the technique now, but haven't
Oh,
practiced too much. But I really love boxing. I don't really
yeah.
like too much martial arts. I don't want to mess up my legs. I prefer it to do it in football and soccer.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Well, if you ever want to do some martial arts, whether it's boxing or Muay Thai, feel free to come down. I'm usually training at the Soma gym, which is like
Yeah.
one of the
I've
top
heard
gyms
it's at the top.
in
Yeah.
Bali.
I haven't
Yeah.
been. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, let me
Definitely.
know. We'll
Yeah,
we'll we'll, we'll we'll have a training session sometime. I'll make sure
yeah.
they won't
Nice.
go too hard on you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not that good.
I'll be like, don't go for the legs, don't go for the legs.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Yeah. So, what are some of the things that you really like doing here in Bali?
Well, like I try to like dude, like if you lose yourself, you can do like you can lose a lot of time, but you can also like party all the time and everything. So that's why I try to focus myself and in
Mm,
doing one thing because I'm not in a vacation mode. I'm
mm,
just traveling around, yes, but not in
mm,
a vacation mode, but just in a working mode.
mm,
So I have to focus myself almost every day of not going party every day or meeting people or going to dinners or something. But
mm,
like I go to the gym. I go
mm,
to the gym. I have my meetings scheduled for the day. I have my if I don't have meetings, I have a schedule for working. If I don't have too much work, I still work and
mm,
try to do something because otherwise I just lose myself. And
mm,
then, but yeah, I think the gym kind of determines my day. Like I have to
mm,
go to the gym at some point. If I might move it, but I always go in the mornings and then in the afternoons I try to work because also like in my country they wake up at
mm. Which,
maybe
which which
seven.
gym are you at, by the way?
Obsidian. I go to Obsidian
Obsidian?
now.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
gym. Yeah, I was
It is
busy at
pretty
work.
cool, yeah, and they're updating things and everything. Is not as expensive as the other ones. It's cool. It's cool people. There's a good
Mm.
networking, and they're always well. That's what I love about Bali. Also, like the vibes of everybody wanting to be better.
Yes, everyone
Yeah,
has this mentality of like becoming the best version of themselves.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I love. Like I have in my mentality also. Like I've had it like a lot of time that one being 1% every day, 1% better every day,
No,
and I
Kaizen.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think here it applies like almost everybody wants to be like that, even if they don't say it exactly like that, but they always trying to improve. Even like we were talking with this with a few guys the other day. Is like
Mm.
even for example, there's a lot of people that come to Ubud with a lot of like emotional damage. Let's say
Mm.
they want to be better, like a spiritual or get over a relationship or get over a bad investment or whatever.
Yep.
They come down, you know, they come in a bad situation. But
Mm.
even though these people like they come for this, they want to be better, so that's why they come, you know. So
Yep.
uh even the people that are depressed, or maybe they are depressed, like medically depressed, they come here to try to be better. So that
Exactly.
attitude, that energy, I think is contagious. So that's why I
Mm.
think everybody here is like at least seems to be happy or try to be happy every day.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, there's that many people that I've spoken to, and it's the thing that really draws them into like falling in love with the island.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So,
totally.
the reason why I ask you some of the other questions about childhood is because a lot of the times when I ask these questions, I get a bit more of understanding of who you are as a person, and this leads me to my next question, right? Uh, if you could go back in time, right, and meet your 11-year-old self, what would be one skill that you would say focus on this?
Wow. Okay. Really good question. I've never been asked this question before.
Look, it's a great question.
Yeah. um. Well, focus. Oof. Well, there's a couple of things to focus on, but um, I would say mental. Uh, like be strong mentally strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think I am mentally strong.
Yep.
So I think that worked a lot for me. But
Like
um,
fortify your mind type thing.
yeah, exactly. Like being secure of myself every time,
Mm.
confident, and try to go to reach my goals and actually finish the things that I started. Also,
Ah,
that's a
discipline.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
discipline. Exactly, discipline.
You're an
Yeah,
ADHD kid as well. Just
yeah.
starting multiple things,
Dude, as I
starting
told you, like
multiple threads of
I try to
conversation.
study. Yeah, I try to open a lot of new businesses,
Yep.
like apps, website, and trying to always looking for this financial freedom and money. I was
Mm.
in this race by myself, you know, in this rat
Mm.
race that they say that they call,
Mm.
but
Mm.
um I don't know. It's just like if I focus more in one thing and being disciplined in one and being the best in one, I think
Yep.
it would be much easier for me. And because I always
Mm.
think in more things. Okay, like if
Yeah.
I know if that happens to you, but you're talking to somebody and I say like, okay, I have a new idea, so I can do a new business. You know, it's like
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, focus and discipline maybe. Yeah, that's the better way to do it to
Ah,
say it.
cool. So, do you feel like this is something that you've overcome in the past, or something that you're still working on yourself?
I'm still working on, yeah, yeah. I've been struggling with discipline. Like as I said, like when I arrive here, I try to grow my network and yes, talk about my agencies and expand my business and whatever. But of
Mm.
course, then the real estate thing come up, and of course they have come up a lot of new businesses ideas, and I'm
Yeah.
still trying to say like, no, no, dude, focus on one thing. Don't spend yourself. Don't do. But yeah, it's been a journey, and I have to do it like every day. Just try to
Wow.
constantly focus myself, and yeah, have more yeah, focusing one thing. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah.
I think because it sounds like we've gone down a very, very similar path, right? Um,
Mm.
ADHD, starting multiple different things because you really like when you find something that's interesting, it's like okay, you'll cling to that, but then there's other things, right? And if I may make some recommendations, I
Yeah.
would look at the book Ikigai
Okay.
and then the book Atomic Habits. So Ikigai is basically finding that purpose that you can, what you're best at, yeah, at skilled, and then
Yeah.
what you're best at getting paid for, and then marrying those two together. And
Okay.
then you got Atomic Habits, which is really it's really about like the whole Kaizen thing is getting better 1% every single day. And the kind of things that he implements in his life is like, it's changed my perspective on discipline and whatnot.
Totally. Actually, the I think the idea of 1% better, I took it from the Atomic Habits. I read it a lot of
We've
times,
read
and
it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't actually read it. I
Yeah.
listened to it. I don't like to read books. I like to hear them. Yeah.
Yeah. Likewise.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I read them at the end, and
Hey, look, it's
dude,
still reading a book, man. It's just
yeah, exactly.
how you consume it.
And for me it's much better because I'm hearing this at the gym while
Yeah.
I hear you drive a lot in the bike, so I'm always hearing this.
Nice.
When I
I
was
love
in
it.
Ecuador, I read it when I was in the car and everything, so it was much easier for me. But
Yeah.
dude, yes, I totally
Yeah.
agree with
Nice.
you that Atomic Habits is one of the best books to read and to actually like focus on something and to be better every day.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I really feel a connection here because we've gone down a very similar path. Um, man, with reading books, I'm not sure if I told you this last time, right? One of the things that I learned recently is that because I'm also an audio person, right? And I listen to books through audio. I found that when you both read the book physically and listen to it at the same time, then it becomes more absorbent into your brain because you remember when you're a child and your parents would read to you and they'd follow along with the words. It's the same
Yeah.
idea because you're using multiple different channels of absorbing the information. So that, and then I've also found that pairing that with listening to audio, reading the book, and walking at the same time, as in like on a treadmill, wow, it's like a complete game changer. My housemate put me onto this, and I'm like, dude, you are crazy. This guy's an
Wow,
animal.
yeah.
He would do five things at once. He'd be like on calls, doing trading, listening
Nah,
to audiobooks, reading, and then treadmills. It's freaking crazy, dude.
shit, bro, yeah.
It's like
Dude, we're
I took a
we're
video of him.
dudes.
He's like
We're
on a
just
hamster wheel.
we're dudes. We only can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Exactly. Oh man, I'm liking the way this podcast is shaping, or this conversation is shaping, simply because it's become more of a like a productivity thing, and I think
Yeah,
that's something that people really come to Bali for and to learn. Um,
totally.
yeah. So tell me, with everything that you're doing, do you feel like it's really sort of coming together, or do you
Yeah.
feel there's
So
missing parts?
no, yeah, I think it's coming together. I think I had this idea always of trying to go two things like as I told you in this race against
Mm,
myself and against time and everything. And I think that race we all have at one point that
mm,
I want to have the money, I want to have the car or whatever. And
mm,
when I came to Bali, I met a lot of people and I've done a lot of meditation also, and I've learned new techniques and everything. I try to find myself also trying not to to thinking in a lot of things. And
Mm.
one of those things is actually like stop chasing, and
Mm-hmm.
just being a good man, being 1% better every day, being a good
Yep.
businessman, being a good friend, being a good son, being a good whatever.
Yeah.
It makes like makes you attract everything. Being good with
Yes.
my spirituality also is a thing. I'm Christian,
Yep.
so
Yep.
I could I never go too deep into my spirituality,
Spiritual.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm starting to do it, and I'm starting to put
Ah,
my wheels
okay.
and my goals into God's hands and into the universe hands, and just being good,
Alhamdulillah.
being better, and then attracting the things to me. And I think that responding to your question is that I did this, and things eventually begin to become reality and begin to come. It's like
Yep.
I felt that here, and I think Bali, because of the networking and because of this energy that we were talking about, it
Yep.
gives you this, it gives you
Yeah.
this perspective of life, of just
Yep.
stop chasing, and I
Yeah.
don't know,
Exactly.
the energy is different.
Oh, my man. I
Yeah,
found that Bali, like living in Bali, because it's so diverse in culture and people coming from all corners of the globe. Like, I feel free because I was also a Christian at one time, and then I became an agnostic, and then I came to convert to Islam, and I
yeah,
found
you
it.
change a lot.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah. And
That's
like
interesting.
I feel it's so comfortable to be able to talk to people about religious things here. And I don't want to say religious in a sort of woo woo sort of fashion, but
Yeah,
more so in like a grounding, like being able to like let go of all of like it might be shame, it might be anger, it might be hate or whatever feeling that sort of holds you back from, really being able to like push forward in life and being able to just like talk about these things with people out in the open. Whereas like in the West, it's kind of like, you're talking
yeah,
about religion. It's like you can't talk about
totally.
religion, sports, or
Yeah,
politics. But here it's like
exactly.
open field.
Yeah. Like it's also one thing that I love from people here, and then is the openness that they have it with every subject, and myself also.
Mm.
Like maybe if you talk about religion in my country with me, I would say like, yeah, let's not talk about this because you have your opinion and I have my opinion, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
a discussion at the end of the day. So, but here is like oh, like I'm interested in what you do, and I'm interested in your culture. I'm interested
Yeah.
in what the way you think,
Yeah.
and then like I do my own opinion or whatever, or maybe I don't give
Exactly.
you an opinion. Yeah, but you know
Yeah.
you know what is the thing is that now that I'm saying it, I realize that maybe it's because, of course, with people in your same culture, in your same
Mm.
country, in your same environment,
Yeah.
you will have this dispute of opinions because you
Yes.
were raised in the same
Environment.
um, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
but in here is like you're open to, okay, this guy from India is
Wow.
completely different guy from me, and then I don't even know any, and I will be
You
interested
can't
in
judge
knowing this
them.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not, and I am not no one to judge them. So yeah, that's why I think everybody's open.
Wow, it's interesting you made that point because I was thinking something very similar, but slightly a little bit different. Is that um, I think the reason here people are like this is because they're all travelers. People have come from all different walks of life, and
Mm,
so because you have that travel mentality, whereas if you go back home, everyone's sort of, they're stuck on their phone and they just got their heads down and they
yeah,
don't want to talk. And I find whenever I go back home to Australia, when I have conversations with people, they're all traumatized. They've all got some sort of pain or something in the past that doesn't make them want to respond to you. And it's a
yeah.
strange thing. And if anything, I think I don't know if you feel the same way, but do you feel travel has changed you as a person and it's
Ooh,
given you a lot of insight?
totally. I always recommend people in my country. They my friends and my environment, they travel a lot.
Mm.
That's a good thing. That's why like I get along also with them. But in general, like for me traveling since I was a kid, I had to thank my family for this.
Mm.
um I travel. I have my whole sleeve of the places that I travel. So
That explains the
yeah.
tattoos. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
It's like a
exactly.
sticky.
I have
Sticky.
33 tattoos now. So yeah, I've
33
been
countries?
around. Not exactly, but it's like 28 or 29 countries now. Yeah.
Wow.
And
Okay.
but it's of course it has changed completely the way I think about life in general, how I see cultures, how I see
Mm.
different people. I don't judge anymore. And
Mm.
I think one of the most important things is that like stop judging.
Mm.
um because yeah, like in your same environment you judge everybody, you judge the attitudes, you judge the behaviors and everything. But now
Mm.
it's like I cannot judge because I understand that how in every country is different. At the same time it's the same. We do feel the same. I think also you can realize that we are so different, but also
Mm.
we are exactly the same. Like, and at least man, we
Mm.
dude, we all think the same way. We all see
Exactly.
a hot girl and
Yeah.
we think the same way. You know, it's like
Yeah. Exactly.
even if you're from any
Laser
culture, you
focus.
think exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You,
So
you, it's funny you say this because my mentor Rick, right? When he came to Bali, he's like, you know, men and women look at like their eye perspective, the way their eyes are built, is very different. For example, you know, when we as men go through fridges and we can't find anything, and the woman's like, "It's right there, it's right in front of you," and we're like, "Where?" That's because our eyes are trained to look further into the distance and laser focus lock on one item, which is like a buffalo or something that we're going to hunt, right? Whereas women's vision is very peripheral. So that's why, you know, when you walk past a girl, she'll look at you, but you don't know she's looking at you because she's using
yeah,
her peripheral vision. And it's
yeah,
crazy when he told me this.
yeah.
I was like, what? This
Dude,
is
shit, and we
so
have to
true.
turn to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Men, that we look like, damn, she's hot. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's an interesting fact. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
dude. Yeah, because I think it comes back from like when we were both hunter gatherers. You know, women would be the ones foraging for berries, and because like you know when looking after children, they've got to look behind their heads. It's like you know when they're looking after babies,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah. They have to be
stop.
really.
They're like you
Yeah,
know they won't even look. They're like stop. I know what you're
yeah,
doing. Whereas
yeah.
men's like yeah,
That's fun.
yeah,
Holy
man,
shit.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, but yeah, like every culture is different, but at the same time we're exactly the same. Of course there's people you can see also when you travel that there's people that doesn't have the same values as you do, the same education. You will see
Yeah,
that in the cultures, but it's I think I try to understand every culture, and I said like not to judge them even if they for example for me it's like in
mm,
Latinos we are really like we say everything please, thank you, like
yeah,
really kind of in that part
niceties.
because we were
Mm,
like raised this way. But
yeah,
there's Europeans maybe, or I don't know, people from anywhere. I'm not gonna say any country, but people from any that
mm,
they were not raised like this, and it's not normal to say every time thank you or every time please or every time may
yeah,
or something. So,
mm,
but for me, it was a shock at the beginning, like okay, if you don't say please, I'm not gonna do it. But at the end, it
yeah,
was like, yeah, they're raised like this. I'm not gonna argue
yeah.
with them. But yeah, but
It's
try to
interesting.
understand.
It's interesting you say that Latinos are raised like this because it's a common thing that I found with Filipinos that
Yeah,
we say ma'am, sir, po, which is all like niceties. And when I sort of look back into history, it's like okay, I know the reason why they're like this. A is because when we were colonized by both the Spanish, the Americans, and you know the Japanese, we were sort of trained to become, you know, well, we have those family values, but also those there's those subservient. We've got to be very, what do you call it, service orientated
yeah, yeah,
as
yeah,
Filipinos, and it's crazy that you guys are like this. So to
yeah.
me, that sounds like it is a culture thing, but it also like because we're family orientated, but it's also must be colonization stuff.
Yeah, totally. Like I found
Mm,
like Philippines have a lot of in common of for I don't know about
mm,
Latinos in general, but for
mm,
from Ecuador, I think they do have like even if they when they speak Spanish, I've talked with Filipinos in Spanish, and
mm.
the accent is
Very
like an
similar.
Ecuadorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they don't have an accent like for me. So I don't have an accent, but of course I
Mm,
do. And but almost every country in Latin America have their own accent. So with the Filipinos, it's like totally like exactly like us. So
oh,
I
okay.
guess it's a lot of the culture stuff and the manners and everything. I guess that we do have the same. I haven't been to the too much with the Filipino to tell you like
Mm.
yes they're exactly like us. But if you said it, yeah, yeah, it does make sense.
Have you noticed some of the Spanish slash Portuguese influence in the Indonesian language?
There is a couple of Spanish words in Indonesian
Patos?
language, like gratis.
Gratis?
Gratis is
Free?
free,
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same. It's exactly the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a
For us,
couple
it's
more.
for Filipinos, it's libre.
Libre, libre also
Yeah.
like it means well, can mean like free. It means free,
Free
but
in a different way. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, in a different way, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they use a couple of words. Actually, even in Russian, they use Spanish words. Yeah,
Well, there's loan words in Russian. That's
yeah,
Latin.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I've been learning Russian uh like a little bit,
Yeah,
Duolingo kind
по-русски.
of. Yeah.
Я понимаю.
No, no, no. I don't know that much. Just just a little bit, but yeah. And I've
Yeah.
heard a lot of course the Russians and um, problema is one thing.
Problema?
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Problem.
There's a lot of also like, but yeah, I don't know. At the end, there we're all
Oh,
connected.
so you like to dabble in languages? Oh man, how do I know? Like we're pretty much twins, bro. You need to
Yeah,
shave your head.
yeah. I did shave my head one day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So how long are you here in Bali for now? Like, you're obviously planning to go to Dubai. What's the next phase for you?
What's the next steps? So I've been here. I was here a month and a half. Then I went to Thailand for a month, living
Mm,
there. Now I'm also like a month and a half in Bali, and then I'm going to Kuala Lumpur to
you're going
stay
to
for a
KL.
bit, and
Mm,
then I'm going back to my country. That I
mm,
have um, one of my best friends that get married, so definitely
mm.
gonna be there
Nice.
and then staying there. Dude, we're getting old, so yeah,
You're getting clucky. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and then yeah, staying there for a couple of months, visiting family,
Yeah.
rearranging some things with the business, then maybe coming back for a month to Bali to have this networking again, and then going to Dubai. That's my plan. I think
Ah,
2025 will be Dubai.
that's
I'm,
the
I'm
year.
I'm trying to build everything in 2024.
Yeah.
That is the karma year. Also, I do
Yeah.
believe in that.
Yeah, it
So
is.
I think
It is.
my bad karma is coming right now, but in the end of the year, it's gonna be
It's
my
gonna be
good
finished.
karma.
How,
Yeah,
let me ask you a question. This is gonna be do it like feng shui and numerology.
yeah.
When was your last time that everything sort of fell apart? When was your last disaster? How many years ago?
Ah, well, it was not that long ago. It was maybe this December, November of 2022.
Was it a large disaster or it's just a small disaster?
Let's say I had this. I had a restaurant chain that was with three spots. Let's say the
Mm,
three restaurants, and
mm.
we couldn't manage to maintain them
Ah,
open, so I closed them up,
yeah,
and I got a lot of problems out of that. Of course,
yeah.
debt.
Oh,
A lot of associates
yeah.
lost their money. Um,
What
of
did you
course,
learn from that experience?
oof, dude. I learned first of all, I will never open a restaurant business again. That's my first and best lesson.
You jumped into something that you had no idea about.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
is a classic man maybe, or
Mm.
entrepreneurial kind of a dream that I want to have my own bar.
Oh, of course.
Um,
Yeah.
I've been like an associate or a part of a bar before, and it
Mm.
was really good.
Mm.
The guys that they were operating it, they knew what they were doing, and it was really good business.
Mm.
And from that, I said, okay, I try to do it my own because I can do it. So I began to do it, and it was a pizza chain. I actually have a tattoo of a pizza also.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like it.
and
I like that you're sentimental and that you choose your tattoos for a very specific reason. It's the same with me.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I tried it like everything like
I've got a
big happening
story
in my
behind it.
life. I
Mm.
put it in here, so I can remember that experience. And yeah, we started out with a few friends,
Yeah.
investors, and it was going great. We started in Argentina,
Mm.
with low investment but good amount of people going. It went well, but fucking COVID hit, and it destroyed the company. But we try to maintain it afloat. We try to
Yep.
operate that year. It was
It was
horrible years. It was a
yeah.
nightmare, but we could we did maintain it afloat, and
Mm.
then COVID like stopped, and
Mm.
then all the bills became to like reality, because COVID was just on hold.
Mm.
Now that COVID is gone, they appear again. So it just began to do a really big bowl of debt. So I couldn't manage good.
Mm.
It was all by myself. I did all by myself. I didn't have enough investment. I didn't have enough
Mm.
financial support and everything. So with the amount of money that I had, with that I could raise from
Mm.
investors, it was small. So I think I did my best, and I think it was. But at the end, of course, I have a lot of things that experience. I will never open this without a person that actually knows
Yes.
about the restaurant business, the service business, chef.
Mm.
There's a
All
lot
the
of
moving
things.
parts for it. Yeah.
Dude, it's like in
Definitely.
their restaurant, they have everything. Everything that you could ever imagine in a business, a restaurant has.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Customer
exactly, everything.
service, operations, fucking got to do marketing, design, feng
Vendors.
shui,
No, no,
everything.
no. Real estate also, because you have to pay
Yeah.
the rent.
Oh,
You have to design the place, buy new things, machines, engineering, fucking no, everything.
literally everything. Yeah, that's so true.
Dude,
So,
I've spoke with a lot of guys also like here that open their own restaurants, not here but in other countries,
mm,
and they all were like 10,
mm.
9 out of 10 that I spoke. They all said like, I will never open a restaurant again ever. So
The
yeah,
biggest problem with a restaurant, right, is that it's very time intensive. If you're not the person operating it and you're not managing it, at least overseeing the stuff, then
yeah,
it's very hard to disconnect from that business, and that's a lot of the things that people don't realize. That man, a lot of the chefs even do 14-hour shifts, which is crazy.
yeah, 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 totally. And my dad always used to tell me like, you have to be there because there's a saying in Spanish that ojo de el amo engorda el caballo, is like the eye from the owner makes the horse get fat. It's like you have to continually
Yes,
feed the animal, feed the horse, and in this case feed the
yes,
business.
that's
And
right.
for me, it was like at the beginning, as I always had these businesses of online or delegating. For me, it was easy. It's easy to delegate. So I said like, no,
Mm,
I can get delegate to this and this and this. And at the
yep.
end, I think that was one of the mistakes. But
Mm,
it's the only way to grow a restaurant, if because you cannot copy and paste yourself. You have to
mm,
delegate at some point, but you have to have really good uh, systems to
mm.
actually make them good, and a really good financial support.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
definitely. Once you
just
build it, there's an interesting saying that I heard the other day. You never rise to your goals. You only fall to the level of your systems.
Totally, dude. Systems is
Mm,
everything. Like
mm,
we actually I've been, well, we all, I think, entrepreneurs
mm.
have been in YouTube watching all this software. How to create your system, not software
Self
system.
development stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you say like, yeah, it's important to create a system, but you never do it. But at the
Yeah.
end, it's like it is really
Executive.
important too. Yeah, because and I think systems gives you the focus that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, like a system for a day is like, okay, they give me a reason to wake up
Mm.
and give me this, and at the end the system gives you freedom. Like
Yeah.
if you
Even though it
implement,
sounds like it's restrictive, it gives you freedom. Yeah.
yeah, it makes the opposite. Like it's when you take a cold shower, you go out in the sun and you get more burn. You know, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
You go into a hot shower, you go out to a hot weather, and you're in good, you don't sweat. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing actually. And
Exactly.
so I think it's the same. If you prepare yourself with a system good
Mm.
enough,
Mm.
it will get you freedom, even though it sounds like very systematic.
Yeah.
It gives you freedom at the end.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
get you organized.
Pablo, quick question here, right? What kind of advice do you have for someone who's, considering? I'm not sure if I did I ask this question. What kind of advice do you have for someone who's considering moving to an emerging market? I think I did ask that question. Did I?
No, you didn't ask.
All right, cool. Let me ask it. All right,
Yeah.
so Pablo, what kind of advice do you have for someone who's looking to move to up and move outside of their, their box, whether it's a blue collar job or a white collar job, or whether it's a business, and pick up and go and move to another country and take that risk? What kind of advice do you have that?
Okay. First of all, it's just research. Do a good research of the place that you want to go. And
Mm,
for me, it was important to do um, like at least two or three places that I want to go, and research good and see the pros and cons of any of each one. Of
mm,
course, the visa status. What do I need to stay there? What do I need to
mm,
maintain myself? Prices. Okay, if because prices is also like the main thing, you know, like the cost of living. Even though like New York might be the best place to be as a, I don't know, software engineer, if you don't earn as much as you need in New York, you just
mm,
won't make sense. So I think one of the most important things is cost of living first,
mm.
and with your amount of earnings, which
An
of these
opportunity.
places can you go to actually
Mm,
go, and
mm,
then to analyze what are your goals in here. Like I think
mm,
that is the best advice that I can give is just first have options and research first the places that you want to go, according to your kind of business, what objectives you wanna you wanna accomplish.
you want to achieve, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think those two things are the most important. And once you got them all writing or whatever, you decide which one is best and just
Mm.
go for it. Like not think too much, buy the ticket and then think about it. Like buy the
Think
ticket
about it
and
after.
then, yeah, buy the ticket and then tell your friends or your family, because they're gonna say like, oh, you're going to uh I don't know, the other part of the world. Why you go there? You have to stay here, stay
To
in
talk
your
you out of it.
bubble.
Mm.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
say like just fuck it. I'm not
Yeah.
asking for permission. Just telling
There's
you.
a saying. There's a saying. What is it called? In the Philippines, we call it a crab mentality. When
Yeah,
when one crab tries to get out of the bucket, all the other crabs pull them down.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
It's like when you like I told my friends, as I told you, like my friends have a lot of in common with me, but at the end now I think we do have in
Mm.
common, but I don't think at the same as they think.
Yeah.
Um, but I told him, and most of them were like, oh, cool, but the fuck are you gonna do there? Like, why? And
They haven't connected the dots for it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I said like, no, but the networking and the people you're gonna meet and travel and
Mm.
whatever. And they're like, yeah, but you're gonna spend so much money on this. Just open something here or invest in your company here and just stay here with your family, your friends. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, thank you. That's not for me. I'm thinking on more things, you know, like
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't want to
exactly.
be
So
stuck on the hamster wheel, just doing the same thing over and over again.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm happy for them if they're happy, but
Yeah.
that's not happiness for me, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds
Yeah,
like you're a man of the sea. There's two types of people in this world. There's a man
yeah,
of the land and a man of the sea.
yeah,
And usually, when you meet a partner, right? Let's say a potential wife or girlfriend. Ask yourself whether this person is a woman of the sea or a woman of the land. Because if you're different to her, then your paths will always diverge. But if you're the
yeah.
same, then
Well, the
yeah.
meaning of this is will be like what would it be? I don't know. Does this analogy
Oh, the man.
explain to
Okay,
me?
so
Yeah.
a man of the land is someone
Yeah.
who likes to stay in the one place, right,
Okay.
and just build a business there, right? A man of
Okay.
the sea is someone who likes to travel a lot and meet new people, see different
Cultures.
places. Yeah. So,
Totally, totally a man of the freaking sea, man. Yeah. I
um,
don't even know where I'm gonna live, like
where you gonna
long
land?
term. If I'm gonna live in one place.
I could imagine you just like sitting in your villa and just spinning this globe and just going, oh, all right, this is where
Yeah.
I'm going to
Let's
next.
go here. Yeah. Exactly.
Next plane out.
No. No. Definitely need a girl that wants to travel with me and has this same
Oh,
approach.
vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go, ladies.
Yeah.
Pablo's free. He's slide into his DMs if you want to do some traveling. My man, look, it has been amazing. I'm gonna sort of cut it short just, while we're riding on a high.
Good. Good.
Is
Yeah.
there anything you want to share, parting comments for those people listening at home who are really considering becoming a man or a woman of the sea?
Yeah. Just like as I said, almost at the end, is like plan your thing, but not think it too much. Just do it. Remember that I think all of us that travel and have their digital nomad, even though they work for somebody else or they work for a company or they are entrepreneurs, for me it's like a entrepreneur for life. You know, you look for new things, you look for new experiences, and you for me an entrepreneur is a person that resolves problems in every day. So traveling has their problems every day. It will get you your, but it's the only way to know more people, to know more cultures. You will grow as a person. So don't think about it too much. Just go for it, and then being 1% better every day is part of it. So um, do it. Just
Oh, amazing,
yeah.
amazing, my man. It has been a pleasure. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And if you guys want to follow Pablo, give us your Instagram link.
Yeah, it's at Pablo Lazzo. That's it. You will find me like that. Pablo Lazzo with the
Lazzo.
C. Lazo.
Lazo.
Yeah.
Nice. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Go and slide into his DM, ladies, and make sure
You
you
can
let
do
him know
that
that
too.
you're a lady of the sea. All right.
Okay, my man. Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for tuning into the Bali Unplugged podcast. This episode was sponsored by BaliPropertyFinance.com, where we reduce your barriers of entry so you can easily acquire a property business in Bali.